What does it take to start and grow a successful independent brokerage? You're about to find out. Please welcome Tammy Pardee with Halton Pardee and Partners and Anthony Margulies of Amalfi Estates.
Thank you for being here. Love this outfit. You look beautiful. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Nice to see you.
Glad to be here.
Both matched. Actually, all three of us match.
Yeah, we planned
That's
this, didn't we?
perfect. Exactly. We got the memo, people. Anyway, starting a new brokerage company can be a very daunting thought. I think that, Tammy, you did it so well in your business model, which is very different than all the other business models out there, and it works really well for you. I would love for you to go into it a bit and explain to the audience what your business model is, why you did it that way, and why it works for you.
Okay, so I started 11 years ago at Remax, and I was sitting there and I was with everybody and competing against everybody in the same room as myself, and everybody was trying to hear what everyone was doing. And so I actually took my business to my house, to one of my bedrooms in the house, and I hired my first kind of right-hand person who's still with me. He's the president of my company now. And I just thought there's got to be a better way, because as independent contractors, for me, it was like everyone had to do everything. There wasn't a marketing department, there wasn't a tech department. It was kind of like I was doing everything. So I hired him, and he came in as like a small business manager, and he kind of separated and he set it up like a business. So he and I set it up like a business. So when we started organically growing, we got the second person, the third person. I mean, I found people at scrapbook stores. I found them all over. I found my cousin who's here with me. We are a very close-knit work family. I am an employee-based model, which is different than most. So I truly believe that the independent contractor model doesn't work forever. The average realtor makes $57,000 a year. My average real estate, my buyer's agents make about $350. My listing agents make about $250. They're guaranteed that they get benefits, they get an assistant, they get a showing assistant, they get everyone. So
you can leave your resumes in the back in the box on the left.
You know, it's a different model, and they're not worried. They're doing their, like, listing agents are only repping listings. So we don't have them that with a client going, oh, they're going to represent both sides, or they're not going to show the house. The listing agents specialize in listing houses, which is awesome, because the truth is that's their job, and that's what they're meant to do. I think it's hard to say that there's, I don't know how many agents are in, 20,000 agents in LA. Like, everyone's an entrepreneur. Like, that's a hard thing to do. And it's really, really hard with technology and these videos and all these things I'm hearing today. I'm almost got anxiety. I was like, I couldn't imagine doing that as one person, you know? So
no, people do get overwhelmed. They're just overwhelmed. They're not good at marketing, or they're not good at pitching, or they're not good at some aspect of it. I mean, if you can bring them on as employees, I could see where that could make a lot of sense.
And we get a lot of people that have been in the business, 5-6 years, that are just like, you know what, we're good. Like, we didn't make that much money, and when we were doing it on our own, and this is, honestly, it's easier.
Yeah, no, but it is easier. And how about you?
So I started AM Realty about 22 years ago, and we rebranded it to Amalfi Estates 11 years ago. And what I found was you're only as good as your last sale. So everyone in this room, you're constantly having to sell. But starting your own real estate firm, it's like passive income that you have coming in. And anyone in here can do it. It's not hard to do. It may be intimidating, and you may think, well, how can I compete against the large firms? But it's not hard to do at all. It's not. It's just having the confidence to go out, having a business plan, having a differentiation. We're a philanthropic real estate firm. We give 10% of each commission to charity, and it's something that we feel really good about, and we have core values that we've set up for our agents, and each agent has to really be a part of that.
And Tammy, you also have a big philanthropic.
Yeah, well, to date we've given $870,000 back to charities. We just gave $70,000 to Harvest Home, which is pregnant women's homeless pregnant women. We do a lot with homeless. We're the biggest, our area is really West LA, and we're one of the biggest donors, actually, so it's very cool.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. It's leading the community in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
If you had to do it all over again, and you were sitting on your bed with your assistant who you called in, would you do it all over again?
Absolutely.
You would. So
Absolutely,
the thrill of it.
Well, I think that I mean, for me, if there's sometimes I wake up and I'm scared or there's fear, but if there's not that feeling, you're not doing it right. And if people aren't talking shit about you, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, exactly.
And if people aren't copying you, guess what? You're not doing it right.
Exactly.
So all these people that copy me, I mean, I started in 09, the 10% back, and I love that people are doing it now. I'm like, awesome. We should all be doing it.
Yep, we're doing it, leading the way.
I know,
That's how
right?
we feel.
It's
Exactly.
awesome.
No, it's very important.
Yeah.
And how about you? Would you take the challenge again? Would you have rebranded, or looking back on it, was it too much of heavy lifting?
No, I wish I would have rebranded sooner. Getting in the luxury market, it's challenging from the standpoint that we had to really focus and turn down listings that were maybe in smaller price ranges, and really focus on that high-end property and really specialize in that marketplace.
So if you have someone walk into you, a client that doesn't have a high-end property, you don't take it, or you give it to someone else?
When we were rebranding, our focus was just the high-end properties.
Just the high-end.
And all of our marketing was high-end. So we'd sponsor a polo tournament, we'd sponsor a golf tournament, we'd try and sponsor wherever would be the high-end properties and high-end clientele, and we really want it to match.
So the message matches what
That's exactly right, to be consistent.
That's perfect. And what couple of tips would you give an agent looking to change from what they're doing now to something more lucrative? What would you tell them?
I would say, I mean, my grandpa said this, if you take care of the farm will take care of you. So let me say it again. If you take care of your farm will take care of you.
Was he a farmer?
Yeah,
Oh,
he was
okay.
a farmer. In Oregon, I'm from Oregon.
Yeah.
My mom was a farmer too. And like, I think that being an independent brokerage, we're like a work family. Literally, we celebrate, we cry together, we do everything together. And it's so intimate in that relationship, and that goes into our clients as well. Like, all of our clients feel how intimate we are, and we're intimate with them. And it's to me, it's like, that's part of life. Like, if you're not living and you're like sitting there and you're miserable in your job and competing and it's so crazy, like, it's not worth it. Like, this is like, 60% of our time, 70% of our time is focused on this, and enjoy it and laugh. And like, we have it's kind of funny. We have a rooster painting I got at an auction. You can interpret rooster however, and whoever had a bad day or a bad client gets the rooster painting. And so it's the cock sitting there for you. So we just, we laugh. It's like, okay, let's do this, let's do that. So every day it's kind of something different.
Just something sweet and fun. You all play off each other.
Yeah,
which is
you
nice.
have to, because you can run into really difficult clients, as we all know, that totally bring you down or just beat you up, and you're like, you got to bring each other up and like make it fun. Like, just make it fun.
No, I couldn't agree more. And how about you? You have some great words of wisdom for us?
Well, there'll be words of wisdom.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'd be great, but so we start each of our weekly meetings with something that we're passionate about that happened that week. And ideally, we try and have each of our sales partners talk about something personal and not just about work. So we want to hear about maybe their son just started college, or maybe their 5-year-old just started on a soccer team and they're excited about it. And so that's how we start the meeting, with a win, and we go around to each person and we say, what are you most passionate about and what's happened that week? And that's really what we share, and that's what we really care about.
No, that's terrific. And that bonds everybody together, all the personal plus the business. And have you ever seen someone that you saw and you met and you said, wow, that person's going to really make it? And what characteristics did they have when you saw them?
I think people need to be able to laugh at themselves, to be completely honest with you. They need to be they need to be able to just roll with the punches and look at the big picture. And I love the fact when people can connect the dots. Like, every single thing you should be thinking, oh, I know that person, or that I could close out. Closing the loop is another huge thing. If people are all over the place and too hyper and running around, it stresses me out, actually.
No, yeah, I can imagine, yes.
We're big on coaching. So if someone's coachable and they actually have
You mean formal coaching, like Tom Ferry type of coaching?
Formal coaching. And also what their big why is. So you have to find out, if someone says, I'm just in it for the money, it's not really a great fit for our firm. I personally, my goal is to give a lot more away than just 10%. So my wife doesn't really sit on that same, but she's actually okay with what we're giving away now, but it really is to give as much as we can away so we can make a difference in the world, and that's really what we're about.
No, I think that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you.